Hello tacticians, today we're going to be revisiting my view of the Tyranids. In particular, what the Parasite of Mortrex gives you in comparison to the Patermine, which was the one that was on loan from Genestealer Cults. As always, thank you to everyone who supports the channel, whether it's through subscribing or using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Now, let's compare these two characters side by side. Looking at them both from a survivability point of view, you'll see they've both got the same armour and their health isn't massively different. And on offense, if you take the damage that they do and then pit that against something with a low armour and high armour, I think that the Patermine just nudges out the Parasite. So not a massive difference there either. They're both synapse creatures, and where the Parasite can fly, the Genestealer Patriarch has got his infiltrate and unstoppable. So, if anything, there's a bit in the favour of the Patermine there because of that infiltrate ability. And in the Patermine's favour, he is also terrifying, which means once they are in combat, the Patermine is going to have just a tad more survivability because of that terrifying trait. So it's really going to come down to the actual skills that they offer. The Parasite's It Itches is more of a control or utility ability where you can push the enemy into certain locations to benefit you, versus the Might from Below, which is more of a damage dealing one. Both have their uses, so it's really up to you which one you prefer, but I don't think either one really wins this point. However, the Barbed Ovipositor versus the Cosmic Horror might just be in favour of the Barbed Ovipositor, as the Cosmic Horror you tend to have to move out your way to heal up. But if you do manage to kill someone with a Parasite, you are guaranteed that rather annoying swarm which can get in people's way. So in the TA, or indeed Guild Wars, I think the Parasite has just got the edge there for the team. So now let's have a look at the new team in action. So let's start by facing the Tau. As always, make sure you know where you can move, and we'll put Death Leaper as far forward as possible. The Parasite can move over here because we don't want them near Show Cell. And we'll move everyone else forward. And the Tau know what they're doing. They're just going to move forward, go on Overwatch, and prepare for the next turn. They are protecting this middle one, and they want to see what's going to happen with the Tyranids before they move on. So what we'll do, we'll put Fear of the Unseen on Death Leaper so he can jump out at a later date and attack Rayvas with the Neurothrope, which will summon in a Hormigant, which means we can put the Tyrant Guard on the middle point. And the Parasite will grab this, and the Winged Prime can move across as well. So what the Tau can do, they can actually heal up Rayvas, which will get rid of that Parasite. So it's a great thing to do. And they're going to jump across here, and they're going to try and shoot the Neurothrope, not doing much damage. And that's because of the Tyrant Guard giving its protection to the Neurothrope. Well, and they'll go on to Overwatch again and put Darkstrider down here, ready to, well, protect in this area now, which also protects Show Cell. And, well, I don't know, let's just try and tidy up one of these. Not quite. So we'll start by sending the Tyrant Guard up to attack Show Cell. He's not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. And we want to get another Hormigant attacking Rayvas, just to annoy them a little bit. And I think what we'll do, we'll send the Parasite up to attack Ornshi, killing him, which then leaves Death Leaper free to jump up and also attack Shadow Sun to kill her. And that's thanks to the fact he can move within 2 hexes of a Synapse creature and attack from there. So all that the Tyranid player needs to do now is kill one more Tau, or capture that last point. And what we'll do, if we put the Alpha Warrior on this point, he'll attack a drone, but it means the Tau can't capture it in return. So still has to attack here. So they've got 2 things to deal with. And not many choices to make. So let's try and get rid of this guy. Or maybe we'll attack here. That didn't kill it either. So at this point, the Tyranids pretty much got things wrapped up. It's not an easy fight against the Tau. You really have to make sure your positioning is good, but you can pull off those wins. And now let's use the Tyranids against a team who are more used to melee, such as the Blood Angels. Now, as always, when you're moving up, don't give them an easy meal. Make sure that it can't just charge you in turn 1. And the Blood Angels, knowing they've got the greater range, will probably just move into a better position for their next turn. And it's at this point you need to send out your sacrificial lambs. The whole point is they've got points, which is great, and they're going to have to do something about your guys. And then what we can do with the Tyranid Prime is summon in the Alpha Warrior, which attacks Ateneo and summons in a Hormigund. Death Leaper goes into Deep Strike, and we've got to make sure that the Neothrope is in a safe position. So Mephiston is not in the great position here. He's just going to get rid of the Hormigund. And what we're going to do, we're still going to heal up, and we're going to use Martenio to do his thing here, nearly killing the Tyranid Warrior. Now, there's a possibility you might be able to kill him at the same time, just didn't work in this case. And then we'll send both Lucian and Swordbearer of the Godswill to kill him off. But, as you can see, he's a tough cookie, and he's not going to die so easily. So, as the Tyranids, you want to try and get rid of as many as possible. Now, the first one to get rid of is either Swordbearer of the Godswill or Martenio, but as Death Leaper can get to Martenio very easily indeed, we'll make sure he dies. Then Neothrope will capture a point and hit Swordbearer of the Godswill, and that's really handy, summoning in a Hormigund, because that's actually going to protect him a little bit. So, what we'll do, we'll use the Tyrant Guard's Crushing Claws on Lucian. Those Crushing Claws have pushed back Swordbearer of the Godswill, leaving the path open to Lucian for the Wing Prime to kill and win. One thing I will say is I obviously haven't played perfectly in this video. There are improvements I can obviously make on both players' side, but the idea was to get how to play the Tyranids across. If you have advice about how to play the Tyranids, by all means let players know in the comments below, and when the next tournament arena comes around, I would advise everyone to try them out in the casual mode before using them in the real thing. If you like these videos, then it would be much appreciated if you at least think about using my friend code, as it really does help me out. Or if you or your guilds are looking for a new home, please reach out to any of the guilds shown, as we'll always welcome new people into our midst. As always, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll be seeing you on the battlefield.